the rise of Donald Trump is not unique inside the United States. We're seeing a rise of far right politics across the world in many countries. We saw in Europe a far right politician gain the most votes in their last election. We're seeing the far right AfD in Germany gain more and more votes. And more support. We're seeing our own former Prime Minister, Stephen Harper, going around the world trying to create closer ties
Hmm.
with far right political parties
Yeah.
like Viktor Orban, like the parties in the Netherlands and in Germany. And this is not, like I said, this is not just the United States. Canada will not be immune to seeing a rise in far right rhetoric. I think if Donald Trump gets a second term in the White House, and what I just going back to what I spoke about earlier, it's important to be vigilant about what your right wing politicians are saying. It's important to be well versed in media literacy and understanding the arguments that are being put out there. Pierre Poilievre right now, he's really pushing this slogan of common sense conservatism, c'est le gros bon sens in French. To me, that just kind of says, don't ask me too much about my policies. Maybe he doesn't have any he wants to share, or maybe he just doesn't want to be asked about some of these far right wing things that some of his shadow ministers are saying. And we're Charlie also mentioned conservative premiers. It's at all levels. We should be questioning what these leaders are doing. Danielle Smith, they're doing a lot of this performative stuff. The petition, in a way, that Leslie Lewis is putting forward is performative. I'm starting to feel that a lot of conservative politicians in the House are seeing question period as a way to drive traffic on social media, to create clips to share on Instagram, to feed the base, to get them to rage farm, to get
Hmm.
engagement, all of those things. And just talking about Danielle Smith, she had last year the Tylenol scandal, which is still in the news today. Of last year, when there was a shortage on child Tylenol, she went to Turkey and got substandard Tylenol. She spent $100 million on it. It didn't even have the proper childproof caps, and when it finally arrived, now it's all expired. But she was willing to spend $100 million taxpayer dollars in order to so-called own the left, own the libs, just to make a statement and feed her base. And I think this is something that we'll have to remain vigilant for, whether or not Donald Trump wins another term in the White House. But if he does, I think expect to see that turned into overdrive of Pierre Poilievre, Danielle Smith, Doug Ford, all doing these performative things to get their base angry, because they know if they stay angry, they stay engaged with them.